What's up, guys? Daniel Elias here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Berkley Powerbait Agent E. So my YouTube channel is pretty new. I really appreciate all you guys watching. Like always, hit the like and subscribe. It's down there at the bottom somewhere. I'm not sure what side. If you have any comments, suggestions, questions, leave them. I'll do my absolute best to answer them. But a little bit about how this bait came to fruition. So, like most of you, I threw a competitor for a long time, a competitor's bait. It was amazing at getting bit. It still is. It gets bit like crazy. But just like most of you, I had a big problem with it. I missed a lot of fish on it, and worse, I lost a lot of fish on it, a ton of fish on it. Main reason, in my opinion, is the hook is just way too small. There just wasn't enough gap to get a fish pinned and keep it pinned, and that hook point tended to roll. Wasn't a big fan of it. So Berkley came along and said, hey, there's a few of these similar style baits out here that are popular, and how do we improve upon it? How do we make it better? And that's where the Agent E came in, right? So I'm going to show you a little bit about why I wanted to move to this style bait and some of the things that I wanted with it. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about what makes this thing so unique. All right, guys, so you saw how frustrated I got. That was actually a tournament I had at Bartlett Lake where I lost back-to-back fish, big fish. And I think I ended up finishing third in that tournament, and I was very, very close in weight. So had I landed either one of those fish, had I had an Agent E at that point, could have turned out a lot different. So what makes the bait unique? Well, first of all, I'm going to show you one of the very first prototypes I got of it. Kyle with Pure Fishing on the design team with Berkley, he said, I'm going to send you this bait, man. I want you to tell me what you think. And I took the first look at it, and I was like, well, number one, you couldn't have sent me a worse color. I mean, for Arizona, this is what I had to test. I'll try it. We'll see what happens, right? So I took it out and tried it. I was a little bit worried, if I'm being honest, about this fluorocarbon keeper. I was like, it doesn't, I don't know if it's going to keep it weedless. I didn't know if it was going to impede the hookup rate. Turns out it doesn't at all, right? So this is one of the early prototypes. These are two of my favorite colors in the production model. We have an HD brown craw. It's got a craw pattern on there. It may be kind of hard to see, but it's painted on. This one's going to be HD Chartreuse Shad, another one of my favorites. But as it turns out, this weed guard, it's great at keeping weeds off the hook. It's great at keeping it out of wood. It collapses very, very easily, right? And if you really are that scared, you can cut it off. But when I tested it, I left it on there on purpose, and I was pleasantly surprised. The hookup ratio on this bait is insane. You hook almost every fish that bites, not every time, but it is a massive improvement over what I was using before. And more importantly, with that gap in the hook, they stay pegged. And that's so important, right? To keep those fish pegged and keep them buttoned up to get them to the boat. Now, a couple of things that are different in this bait. I'll grab this HD brown craw because you can see it better. But not only do we know we have a better hook, we've got an awesome weed keeper on there. But if you look at the nose, you see that little white disc? So that's actually a rattle. So this rattle is extremely subtle. If you listen to it, and I don't even think I'm going to pick it up in the camera. It's so quiet, which I liked. I didn't want a loud rattle, and we didn't get one, which is awesome. But the second thing that this does is as this bait is bouncing along the bottom, it hits that piece of hard plastic. So what's been eliminated was the nose tearing out of the bait, which was a big problem before in some of the competitors, right? I mean, the insert will tear out of the bait, the plastic peels back. You know, I know there was a lot of work put into this to find the correct adhesive on the inside to keep everything put together. I mean, I've got baits that I've caught upwards of 20 fish on one bait, which is pretty incredible. Loaded with power bait scent, right? Generally, you're going to fish this on the bottom. So I'll show you some videos of where I've used it, how I've done with it, but you almost fish it like a jig. You throw it out, you let it fall, you hop it along the bottom, almost exactly like a jig, but a very realistic looking one. So the bites you get on it, because of that realism, they're very, very aggressive bites. It's just an awesome bait to fish. Now, one thing that you're going to notice is they come in a 2-pack, right? So we looked at this, I just pulled it apart, but we've got a 2-pack in here. So every one of them comes in a 2-pack for about the same price as you got a 1-pack from in some of the other models. So a lot more durable, a lot cheaper, and in my opinion, a lot better. So they come in really 3 different sizes in terms of length. You've got this little tiny bitty one, real snack size model. So it's actually a really cool pond bait. This might be one of my favorite colors, the HD bluegill, but a really, really neat bait. You've got the 3-inch that comes in both 1/2 and 3/4 ounce sizes. And actually that prototype I showed you is a 3.5 inch size. It's an ounce. So this one's really good for getting down deep. You're not going to find it in this color. You probably don't want it in that color anyways. But check it out. Bass Pro Shops is loaded up with these. I was down there the other week. They had a ton of them. They just got a shipment in. I think if you try this bait, you're really, really, really going to like it. And I don't think you'll ever throw another one in that style from a different brand. It's that good. So hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe. Leave me any comments, any feedback. I'd love to hear it. But thanks for tuning in. All right, Agent E, Berkley Agent E. We'll see what we can do with that guy.
Yeah, buddy. Choked it too. Nice fish. For this lake, think that Agent E works? I'd say so. Wonder if we can go back to back. Got him that time. Lost him. That was a good one.
Did you found the Agent E or the dog?
They're all.
They're all Agent E.
Nah. Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
On the call.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Put your feet to the side of me. Let's see who's got the block on this one.
Oh.
Just gotta be like me.
That one.
Get popped out too. How about that? Oh.
Got a belly.
Okay, you ready? Let's do this.
Whoop.
Oh.
So crazy.
Big one. Oh yeah. Oh. Skinny. Watch out, watch out.
Good one. Real good one.
It feels good now, but yeah, it's a good one. Yes.
Look at that.
I got your rod.
What side?
Just
probably gone.